this is Princess Subwing, and welcome to another video. And today, welcome to yet another brand new series! Yay! So, this week, I wanted to do this 2 weeks ago, but first I didn't have the supplies, and then next, my internet wasn't working. So I've been very, very excited to do this series, and it's called How To Tuesdays! Yay! I thought that had a nice ring to it. So, for the very first week, we are going to do a hat like this one, if you can see that one, yeah. Which is basically a spin-off of Amy Lee's Jellycat hat. So, this is very simple, and right now we are on the ground right in front of my door, so that we can kind of do things in this little station. Yeah, so we're going to start off with the Jellycat hat, but first we're going to go through the supplies. First, what you will need, mandatory, what you absolutely, positively will need, and then what's optional and you don't really need, but you can have. So, well, I guess you can really have anything you want. Let me just go through my pencil box here. Handy dandy pencil box. Alright, so, here's the first thing. Mandatory, that you absolutely, positively will need. First, and one of the most important parts for this beanie thing, if you still call it a beanie, I call it a beanie, you will absolutely positively need a needle. Can you see that? A needle with thread. So you can use any color thread. It does not matter whatsoever. I'm going to be using purple because it's the only thread that I have. And as you can see, you're going to be learning how to do this. Basically sewing without a machine. So what you do is, for the starters, you have to get the thread, or I already pre-did a knot. If you don't know how to do a knot, then what you do is you take this piece of thread, and if you, I'm sure you already know how to do this, but take the piece of thread. There we go. Now you can see it. Take a little piece of thread and make it as long as you can. I'm using a short one because it was an extra hang-off piece. And as you can see with the needle, you have two bits. You have the pointy bit and the bit with the hole. So you have to kind of like wink your eye and stick your tongue out, or at least that's what I do. And you have to kind of get it through, and I swear it's going to be really, really hard, but it will go through there. And then you like string it through, and then whenever you have the length you want in half, you tie it at the bottom, and you just do a normal knot, like you're tying a shoe, but without the bunny ear part, if you know what I mean. And then you do that again, so it stays secure. Here, can you see this? Can you see it? I'll put it in front of my face. There we go, yeah, okay. So, now we've gone over the needle bit. So now, you will need a needle and thread. Once you've gotten that part done, you will also absolutely positively need a beanie. Now, it does not matter what kind. It can be any color of any sort. Like as you can see, I have a black one now. I'm going to use a white one. For this example, it can be any color, any size, any shape, any design. Does not matter whatsoever. Personally, I prefer the ones you can get at like Walmart for 97 cents. Because they're really not expensive at all, and they're really warm, and they're really comfortable, and you can make them your own, and you can make them look like they would, like, cost more. So, yeah, a 97-cent beanie you're definitely going to need. Next, you will need a piece of felt. You can get this felt for, like, 34 cents at a fabric store, like Richards or something, or maybe even Walmart. I'm not really sure. But you just need a piece of felt. As you can see, I'm using black. Black and white, white and black. Do not know why. Like on here, this costed, let's see how much it costs. Oh, it doesn't say. Oh well, it usually costs like 34 cents. So yeah, piece of felt, beanie, needle and thread, and the last mandatory part you absolutely positively need is scissors. That was really creepy. I'm sorry. But yeah, so you're going to need needle. So you're going to need needle, thread, beanie, felt, and scissors. I don't know why that gives me so much joy. And now the things that you don't really need, but you can use if you want to. Personally, I like them, is you can use crafting glue. I'm using this kind, Elmer's Works, as I think. You don't need that, but I like that for this little touch. And a Sharpie. These make things a lot easier. Since I have black felt, I don't really think it'll be very easy, but just to cut out the ears and kind of get the idea and get the length, and if you want to put on one of these little patches, as you can see, like, there's Sharpie lines from when I drew it, and I kind of just traced this thing for the circle. But yeah, so let's get started. After you have those things, I would say I'll give you a minute, but you know, you can just pause the video anytime. So now I'm going to scoot over here for my crafting station. Oh, and there's a mirror. Yeah. So if you can see the oh, that's a really attractive angle for me. So if you can see the ground here, I'm going to put the felt down. Can you see it? Oh, so first you want to take the beanie. Actually, you know, I'm going to put this back up for a sec. So you want to take the beanie and turn it inside out, and like obviously tag in the back. So for me, the tag is back here. You want to make sure that the tag is in the back, where the tag is in the back. The ears are going to be in the back. And first, what you're going to do is, if I spread this out, or if I put this down, you want to spread this out anyway, it doesn't really matter. And you want to cut little ears in it, and it can be any kind of ear. So it can be like panda ears. I would recommend circles. You can do cat ears like mine, which are more skinny and long, or you could do dog ears, wolf ears, which are more wide set and shorter, which I am going to do. First, I'm going to take my Sharpie, and yes, I am left-handed before you ask. And wow, black Sharpie on black isn't really helping, but I'm going to do it anyway. So for wolf ears, which I am going to do, you want to make them a little more round and a little wider set, but you do not need to do that. And I would just recommend doing one, because if you do one, you can trace for the other one. And wow, this is really hard to do and narrate at the same time. So for cat ears, or for panda ears, circle shaped, or for bear ears, circle shaped. For cat ears, longer and pointier, and for wolves, wider set. And this will not look perfect. It does not have to be, because I am the queen of not perfection. So there we go. So if you can see here, we have a little wolf ear. I know it doesn't really look like a wolf ear, but it's going to be a wolf ear in our imagination. Yeah. So as you can see, we got a wolf ear. Now what you're going to want to do is take this and put it on a part of the felt. I wish I could explain this better. Okay, so pretend this white thing is the felt, and you want to put that there. But nope, that's bad explaining. Okay, you just want to put this on the felt, the ear on the felt, and then you kind of want to trace it with your scissors. But don't cut the ear, just cut around the ear so that you have two, and you don't need to worry about making them look symmetrical and get yourself in a rage and then waste the felt. That's what I learned the hard way. One will be a little bit bigger than the other, but it's okay. It's totally okay. Once again, it's not about perfection. So there, see, there's two little wolf ears cut out. And don't throw away the felt yet, because you can reuse it and you might use it later for the rest of the hat. So as you can see, we got these two little wolf ears. How cute. And you're going to take, one of these ears, does not matter. And you're going to take the beanie. And you're going to want to find the back of the beanie, which is right here, and put the back face up. And take one of the ears, which I'm going to take this one, for the left or right or whatever side. If you're left-handed, you'd start on the left, or actually it doesn't even matter. And yes, I know this video is probably going to be a little bit longer because, you know, crafting obviously takes a little longer. But you're going to want to take this, and you're going to want to, I'm just going to take this off for a sec. You're going to want to put it on. This I found easier for me. Oh wow, I've actually never worn this beanie before. So you're going to want to put it on. And you're going to want to take it, and I'm going to use the camera as a mirror, and you're going to want to look and see, how do I want this to look? And because the felt will naturally stick up, it does not matter. So basically, you're going to want to look in the mirror and see how you want it to look. And this is where you're going to want to take both. So let's see, I want them to, like with the cat ears, I wanted them to stick up. I want them to stick up like the cat ears did. Which means I'm going to try actually to take this off, still with the back facing up. And you know, even though the back is kind of like that, so I'm going to like put them here and use this as a stencil actually. So you look in the mirror basically and you see how you want it to look. And then there you go. For me, I'm going to have them like this. This is how I want them to look. This is the exact length and the exact size. So I'm going to turn them and make sure they're where the tag is. This is actually the wrong side. So unprofessional of me. So you're going to want to, going back to this cam. So once you have them exactly how you like them, you want to turn it around so that you can see where the ears are put into place. Now, like, I'm going to look here. I know I'm stalling a little bit, I'm sorry. So I'm going to look here, and this is exactly, there's stuff on my thing. This is exactly how I want it to look. I like it this way. Maybe I'm going to move these up a little bit. And yeah, this can take a minute. So you want to choose how they look and whatnot. So I like them like that. So I want to lay it down on the ground that way. Like so. And you're going to want to take this, you know, position them how you want. Just check again to make sure they're how you want them. This is a really hard process, honestly. And so now, once you're positive, and also you can always take this out and change it if that's what you want to do. So I'm going to take this needle and I'm going to open the hat. And you open the hat and you put the needle in the hat and you stick out the needle where the ear is. Can you see this? Like, you want to take the needle and take it out, and the thread will not. But you don't want to sew the two pieces of hat, because then you won't be able to open the hat. So what you want to do is take the top of the hat inside and put the needle inside, and then, yeah. Then, now that you're getting your stitching going, you want to take it again, and you want to take it through the ear and get it into the first part of the hat. You just want to take it in the first part of the hat. Then you're going to want to repeat the first step and take it through the hat and into the ear. And you want to make this as straight as possible, just so it looks nicer. Does not matter. And also, my thread may be a little bit too short, so you can always just cut it off and tie it as well. So what you want to do is take it through the ear and through the beanie again, and just repeat those two steps until you've got your hat. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to cut ahead in the video, and I will see you guys in a minute. Bye. Hey guys, I am back. So, I'm still working on the one ear, but I wanted you to see how I ended the thread. So I did have just enough thread. If you can see here, there's little stitches. Can you see it? I don't know if you can. Can you see the little thing hanging off? Yeah, you can. So basically, now that I have enough thread, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this needle, and I'm going to take my scissors, right? And I'm going to go very close, depending on how much thread you have left, if you have a lot or if you have a little bit. So if you have a little bit, you still want to leave like this much, if you can see, this much space to tie it. So I'm going to cut it right at the needle. If you have longer space, you still want to do like, can you see it, this much space? So I recommend like about as long as your pinky finger to tie it, because you can always cut off more. There we go. So now that it's cut, see this needle, I am going to stick it in the thread for safekeeping until I need it again, because you will need it again. So you're going to take this and you're going to tie it the same way you tied the thread on the needle. Oh, thought I heard them. So I don't know if you could see this because it's pretty dark. What is that? Oh, it's Lasagna. Lasagna's right by here. He's not out though. So I don't know if you can see how this is getting tied, but you want to tie it really tight and you want to like double knot it, but you don't tie it in a bow like a shoelace. You tie it like the beginning part of the shoelace before the bunny ears. That's the best I can explain it. I don't have any shoes currently. Oh, no, those won't work. But yeah, so then once you have your double knot, you're going to take this here, yeah, you can see the thread. You're going to take this here, and you're going to cut it, but you're going to leave some space just in case it tries to unknot itself. It'll re-unknot itself. There you go. So you have your first ear on. If you can see that. There you go. You got your first ear sewn on. Now we're going to take the next one. You kind of want to make it in alignment with the first. So there we go. Like that. And then you're going to leave that for now, because you got to deal with the thread. So once again, you're going to take the needle and you want to take the thread and make it pretty long, because you're going to want to cut it in half, or you're going to put it in half. So I have it about that long. It's about as long as my arm. Let's say it like that. My arm's about that long. So yeah, it's about as long as my arm. And what you're going to want to do is cut it and then put the thread to the side. And so you're going to want to, like I said, going to repeat what you did to get the thread on the needle. So you're going to want to take this, wink your eye, stick your tongue out, look really unattractive, it doesn't matter, and get that needle in. It's going to be really, really hard, really, really annoying, and I swear to God it will get in there. And sometimes it might even help to lick your finger and then do that on the thread. Oh, there we go. It got in. So now you're going to want to take both ends of the thread. I know it's really thin, so you can't see it, but it's dark, so you should see it. And you're going to want to take the needle and put it in the middle. You want to make sure that it's in the middle of the thread. And you're going to want to tie the thread the same way you did before and the same way you tied the knot on the ear. So, like this. I gotta watch the thread. My fingers are probably in the way, but here's a perfect example. I didn't tie it last time in front of the camera. So here. This is a perfect example of how it's tied. There you go. And you just pull it through. And you can cut off the remaining bits because they might get on your way. But you don't want to cut them very short because it'll unravel itself. So what you want to do is like that. So you have a little bit remaining and snap. There you go. And then you can't really use extra short bits of thread, so I would just throw them away. But there you go. So you got your needle. There. I know I kind of look really weird. There you go. So you have your needle. Next, I'm going to go back to Project Cam. That's what I'm calling it, because why not? And you're going to want to take this and do the exact same thing you did before. And double check that this is exactly how you want it to look. There's hair in the way. My dog is shedding and she sits in my room. So, yeah, this is how I want it to look. So you put that there, and you're going to want to go inside the inside of the hat yet again. Take it and go on the inside, and the needle will pop out right at the beginning of the ear, but not too close to the beginning because the needle will come out. So right there. Here, is this looking right? Did I make a mistake? Nope, I didn't. These look like perfect wolf ears. I also have a hat right here I can look at for help if I need help looking at what wolf ears look like. They're pretty small. They're small and round. Believe me, I have wolves all over my room. Wolf calendar, too, to look at. So, yeah. Oh, it needs to be put down a bit more. Now you're going to want to take the needle and pull it through. Needles will go through anything. You want to pull it through, or put it through the black part a little ways away from the last stitch you did. But you want to put it inside of the finger. Make sure you're, like, touching the needle. But don't touch the very tippy top of it because you'll prick your finger, and I swear to God it hurts like heck. So, she will prick her finger on the spindle of a spinning wheel. I don't know. Have you guys seen Maleficent? It's a good movie. So you want to, like, take your needle and put it inside the hat again, and back out the ear, and then take this and put it back through the ear, and back through the inside of the hat, and pull it through. Here, I'm just going to tilt it a little bit. And then go back inside of the hat and have the needle poke out the inside of the ear, or the black part, and pull it through. And repeat. And this is a pretty fast process because the ears are small, which is why it's so fast and simple. It can take like 20 minutes if you have a little bit of spare time to make a fashionable, fun little hat. So, yeah, okay, that's a little too far away. Sometimes the needle isn't going to come out where you wanted, which is okay. You can just reposition it. Doesn't really matter too much. And my stitching over here is going to look a little better because this is my second time ever doing a hat. So I haven't had very much practice, but I'm just looking at the hat I'm wearing, or I have been looking at the hat I'm wearing while I've been doing the stitching, and yeah, so that pretty much solves everything. Oh dear. So, repeat. It's kind of hard to talk and do this at the same time, but I don't want to cut ahead because it takes a very, very long time to edit. So, we're gonna go like repeating these stitches. I'm just talking while repeating the stitches. So I'm on my final stitch. Oh, that reminds me. So on the final stitch, you want to make sure the needle is like poking up out of the ear. Like if you see this here, I gotta see if you can see this. Can you see the needle? Yeah. You want to make sure it's poking out of the ear. So you want to pull it through the top of the ear. Because then it's easier to tie. So now, you want to do what you did before with the cutting. You want to leave some room, about this much room, about your pinky length, and cut. And you can use this thread because it's a pretty long piece of thread. You can like reuse it if you want. It might not be great, but you could reuse it. And now we're finally done with this. Look, now we're oh, hello there. Finally done, so we can just put the needle through the thread for safekeeping. I don't really have a sewing kit, so I just used the purple thread. And the needle together. If you have a sewing kit, of course, you can put it in there. But there, now we just tie it the same as we have done with the two times we use the needle and with the last ear. My thing isn't tying. That's another thing. That's why you want to make it really long, is because sometimes it's hard to tie. So there's one loop. And then there's two. And now we're going to cut. There we go. And there's going to be a little bit of thread hanging off, but it's okay. And there you go. So you have your perfect hat. Sorry, I just spaced out for a sec. So you have your little hat. Mine turned out okay. Yeah. Yeah, and you can always, if you're not happy with it, you can just redo it because the thread will come out pretty easy, or you could just cut it. So that turned out pretty good. And now for the optional step, which is again totally optional, where you can add the little patch. So what you do is you just cut out the patch on the felt that you want and then just glue it on. Mine's going to be a little bit more complicated. Of course, I would first recommend doing it on paper and then doing it because then you don't waste felt. I'm not really going to do it on camera because it might take a minute. So I'm going to cut ahead in the video and show you what this looks like. See you in a minute.
Hey guys, this is Princess Dovewing and welcome to,
well, I guess basically this is the last part of the video. So it's been a couple hours since I started it. I'm in my pajama jams now, just wrapped up in a blanket. We're filming in a different spot because, well, just because I had to, the stencil idea that I had, or the little patch on the side, was a little more complicated than I thought, so I kind of had to spread it out on the floor and do some work on it. So I'm filming now in front of the beautiful Christmas tree that, after very much thinking, we decided we're not going to take down until New Year's, because why stop feeling Christmassy until 2015? Why not? So, yeah, basically, I finished the hat. It turned out okay, I guess. I put a little patch on it like this one, but because it's supposed to be a wolf hat, and I did it versus my Minecraft skin, or how I look in Minecraft, which happens to have purple hair and be a wolf girl, because Mama love wolves. So it looks like this. How does it look? What do you think? I drew it on paper and then had to trace it out, and it had eyes, but I thought it would probably be a bad idea to draw eyes on felt. It would probably just mess up the whole thing. So yeah, how does it look? Basically, for the patch, you just draw whatever you want. I recommend on paper first, and then you just, well, you draw it on paper first, and then you, like, whenever you're really, really ready to draw what you want to draw, you just trace it on the felt, any color, just like a little square piece of felt like you did with the ears, like recycling material of the ears, except for I use white because obviously it would be it wouldn't really work on black. I just used actually the recycled felt from whenever I did the patch in these ears, and it worked out pretty well. And basically, after you trace it, you just cut it out and do your little thing, and yeah, it works out. Oh, and if you can't tell, which you probably can't, High School Musical 2 is on in the background. I'm sorry. I'm just a big fan of all the songs. I love the music, and it's cold, so I'm wrapped up in a penguin blanket, because why not? So, yeah, that is the complete video on how to make a little hat thing. A Jellycat hat, or any hat you want, really. So I'm in my pajama jams now. That's why I look a little different. Some of us don't really have costume change like on TV. Yeah, anyway. So, yeah, that's going to be the end of this video here. That's going to be the first ever episode of this new series called How To Tuesdays. Tune in next week for another, who am I kidding? I don't sound like the announcer guys. So anyway, oh yeah, there's a link in the description for Twitter if you so desire to look at my Twitter, and an email if you so desire to look at my email. It's princessdovewing@yahoo.com. And if you really, really want to be here for the insaneness or take part in it or whatever you wish to do, children of the universe, then go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you here. We would love to have you here. Whoever we is, the animals all around that aren't really in the house right now. Oh, and Roxy's on her box again. Roxy and her boxies. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to end the video here, as I've said before, and I'm just controlling the mouse. So, yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and I love you guys. Bye!